the Reds, it's Talking Reds, Gareth Roberts, Craig Hannan, Monday morning, a frustrating Sunday afternoon at Old Trafford, where Liverpool toiled to a 1-1 against a piss-poor Manchester United side, who are officially the worst Manchester United side since the mid-80s. So really, we should have been beating them. But you know what? They did the best, didn't they? They got Ferguson in, they got the referee in, the referee was shite, we were shite. We nearly beat ourselves, but ultimately we got a draw. Adam Lallana pops up at the far post and tucks that one in, pisses them off, and the Reds are 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League.
Yeah, that's. Remember last week we were talking about this, and we went through all of the things that Liverpool needed to do this weekend at Old Trafford, and the first one was not show them the respect that they deserve, and don't be too respectful of them, and don't play the name and the badge, play the team that's in front of you. And Liverpool didn't do any of those things that we said that they needed to do, really, and that was the disappointing bit. It's a strange thing coming out of Old Trafford after a game like that, because you don't know whether to feel happy or to feel disappointed, or it was just a weird one in the ground, because you were just made up that at a time when it didn't feel like a goal was coming from anywhere at all, that you've spoiled their day. And that was the thing, like, the VAR was just, their goal, like that's ridiculous. We were at the opposite end of the ground and we could see it was a foul. And when it got brought, when you saw the referee and he's talking to VAR, doing whatever they do, I said to me, I was like, this'll get brought back. There's no way that stays a goal, because we could see that it was a foul on Origi, and it doesn't. And then obviously the Mane one, that if that's, I haven't seen it back yet. If it's a handball, it's a handball. Happy days.
That was handball.
That's fine. The one big casualty of that goal really was me, because Liverpool score and we get the celebration. Everyone goes mad, and we stood on top of seats, like looking up at the tier above, going yes. And then they bring it back, and you had to like stand down with the tail between your legs, and just sort of. That's one of the problems of VAR, is that you can't. And again, it goes back to the Lallana goal as well. The Lallana goal was weird. The celebrations for it I celebrated, but also I stopped mid-celebration to look at a linesman, look at a referee, and then they did have a look at it. They did it. There was nothing wrong with it. He was just having a look at it, which then ruins it a little bit as well.
I thought Klopp made a good point afterwards, where he was like, you sort of get the impression, I mean, I'm paraphrasing it, but he basically said, you sort of get the impression that referees are letting things go when they see it themselves, because they're like, oh, it'll be caught on VAR. Then it's going to VAR, and these blades sat in a some can in Heathrow or whatever, are going like, oh yeah, well, we don't want to undermine our mate and say like that he's got it wrong. And it's a really, like, there's supposed to be like some kind of high threshold, which no one actually knows what that is. And so they just go, oh no, nah. And it's like, it's an absolute farce. It's a mess. I don't get why the referees themselves can't come and look on the monitor and check it out that way. I don't get how Atkinson doesn't see the foul himself. He's literally there. He's on the spot. He's right by it. It's a clear foul, and I don't get how it isn't. I don't get the whole thing. But there's a mixture of cry arsing about that today, and cry arsing the fact, like, that, as you say, Liverpool just don't turn up, and it was so frustrating to watch. I mean, lumping in balls from deep all the time, so to not having the confidence to run at their players and take them on and get to the line. I mean, I thought it said it all, that we don't get a corner until injury time, and it was like, well, good offset pieces. Like, why on a day when things aren't particularly going right, why not try and force a few of them and see how we get on? And we didn't get a corner, and the reason we didn't get a corner is because of them hopeful balls into the box from deep that they were just defending all day. It was easy for them. And I really don't get, I'm going to sound bitter, I don't give a fuck. I don't get today why I've woken up and read like 7 or 8 reports about that match, and they're absolutely lauding Manchester United. They were shit. They had 2 shots on target. They had 32% of the ball. They played like fucking York City at home in a fucking FA Cup game. And apparently that's some kind of tactical genius. And the 2 shots on target, one of them shouldn't have been allowed because it's the foul on Origi. So it's all my arse. They're absolutely shite. My only sort of thing that I take away from it is we're watching the Champions of Europe. We're going for a title. We're in the Champions League on Wednesday. We've got Spurs on Sunday. And they're watching a load of crap. And like,
it's crap. I couldn't watch that every week,
it keeps that Rice Krispie-faced fucker in a job a little bit longer, doesn't it? Because they'll be looking at that and going, oh, what a wonderful thing, what a great job. But you haven't done a great job. You spent millions of pounds. You've got a team there that's got the highest wage bill in the league, and you're crap, 13th are they in the league. And as I say, the only frustration is that Liverpool don't turn up and don't play them off the park. But Old Trafford's got this weird little curse over us. It's been there all my lifetime. It's still there now, but at least the fucking thing's out the way.
I think the best you could say about Man United is that they were organised, and it's probably the best. It's probably the best they've been all season. And they still don't manage to get a win. No, they still don't manage to get a win, and even a draw against the side that are 6 points clear and European champions, they can't even walk home happy with that either, because they thought they were going to get all three, and you know, all the gloating that they were doing above us. And then I think that was the one thing from being in the ground that is sort of I was able to take sort of some sort of happiness from, is that I looked up and they weren't happy anymore, that we'd sort of ruined it for them right at the end. Still, that today I think I'm probably a little bit more disappointed, just because of the manner of the result. I think we missed Salah a little bit, and well, you know, Salah hasn't turned up at Old Trafford in the last couple of years, but what it does mean when you've got Salah there is got, you know, another world-class player for them to have to worry about. And I think Sadio Mane was the one that they concentrated on, and I don't think Origi really did it. I think we probably needed a bit more creativity, or just a bit more something from the midfield. I thought Fabinho was good, like that tackle into Daniel James. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was like, I cheered that probably as much as the Lallana goal. But the other two in midfield, I just thought, like, Henderson was really poor, and I thought when Keita come on, you sort of saw, and Oxlade-Chamberlain to a certain extent as well, you sort of saw what we'd been missing in the previous sort of 60-70 minutes. And I just wonder if Salah's not going to be fit and you're going to be playing Origi up there, then do you need a bit more dynamism and a bit more creativity in midfield from someone like Keita and Chamberlain? I think maybe over the next few games we'll start to see more from them too.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we didn't shit out it enough as well. I mean, Mata putting the ball out when James was just rolling around on the deck.
We should do 5 minutes on that, because it's a fucking joke.
I'd rip your contract up there, like, as well. What you're up to? What are you up to there, mate? I mean, he even looks up. James looks up, has a bit of a look around, and goes back down again, has a little kip on the pitch. He was trying to break up the momentum that Liverpool was starting to build. It was really obvious what he was doing, and a pro like Matip should know that. Play to the whistle, let the referee stop it if he wants to stop it. We don't have to help them, and for some reason we did. Listen, there was loads of things to get angry about in that game. I was definitely angry post-match. So were my friends Paul Johnson and John Milburn. Here's a clip from the post-match pint.
We debated it in the pub there. It's not VAR getting these things wrong, it's our referees. Only our referees could mess up a system that's there to help them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you put 25 referees in a room and you showed them the Divock Origi incident, and you said, do me a favour, press a button, foul or no foul, 25 of them, Robbo, would press foul. But our referees, and it's not VAR, everyone who's watching this needs to know, it's not VAR messing this up, it's our referees. Yeah. They are too pig-headed for the fella who's in the van to go, Martin, you've had him here, and you've got that wrong. And
they backed the mate.
Yeah, they backed the mate, and it happened yesterday with Vertonghen's penalty. It's just happened all the time, and we'll go through this week debating it again, and it'll come to next Saturday, and it'll probably happen again. A blatant, clear decision that we as football fans will go, that's a pen or that's a foul. Referees will go, that's a foul. They'll get it wrong, and it's our referees getting this wrong. And you know what? VAR will get debated, and it'll get the pros and cons. Our referees are messing up big time, and you know what? At the end of the day, the second one, as soon as I jump up and I turn around, and I said to him, I just hope it doesn't hit his hand. And although it hits his hand, and I don't like that rule, it's black and white, and unfortunately it did us, but it just feels so bad when you have the other one.
Yeah. I've got two problems. I think the first one is the Origi foul was missed by the referee.
Yeah. And he's standing right by it. And he's right there, he sees it.
What does he think happens?
Exactly.
And he's blanked it, He's let play go on, and he's hoped he's got away with it. And it's led to a good chance. I've got a frustration. My frustration is that it was deep enough in the ground that Liverpool should have had enough opportunity to defend better.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
100%.
You know what I mean? And make it a non-decision for the referee.
Yeah.
And we almost got caught in that, well, this is going to be given. And as a consequence, we allowed them to go on and score. It wasn't a brilliant opportunity. We
Switched off, didn't he?
We made it a brilliant opportunity by switching
It's a good
off.
run by Rashford, but Matip should do better.
We trusted the referee more than we should have done.
Okay, that is the post-match pint there. If you want to have a go of that, download our app and have a go of it. You get some free tokens when you download the app, so you don't have to start spending money straight away. You can have a little look at it and see what you think. In terms of taking positives from it, I think you touched on it already. I think what we've got to take positives from is the fact that, you know, the substitutes come off the bench and make an impact, and Lallana scores. And I think I wasn't alone in being among people around the world who support Liverpool going, oh, for fuck's sake, Lallana. And then he does that, and fair play to him. You know, you've got to be made up for him as well, I think, in that, you know, he's had a nightmare couple of years. It's his first goal since May 2017, which is absolutely bonkers. But, you know, he's done the job. And as you say, Keita comes on, is a lot more positive in terms of his passing, in terms of going forward. Chamberlain nearly scores as well. I mean, that would have been brilliant if we'd absolutely dogged it and won after playing so shit. And we come close, like, and that would have been brilliant.
That Chamberlain one at the end, I thought I was going in the bottom corner. I thought Keita looked really, really good. I thought Lallana did well as well, even the goal aside. And he nips in at the back post and does a great knee slide as well, is what I would say. Like, I've watched it back a couple of times and I sort of missed it at the time, but he slides right in front of the away fans. All it needed was a 6, didn't it? But I think we'll see a lot more from Chamberlain and
he's going to have to use the squad now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think, you know, from now on we've got this run where it's midweek weekend over and over again. You know, we've got obviously Genk midweek this week, we've got Spurs at the weekend, and then we've got, I think it's Arsenal after that in the League Cup, isn't it? So he's going to have to start using the squad. We know that he favours his best 11, if you like, but I think we're going to see, as you say, Keita, and let's be honest, it's about time he started to repay this for you a little bit. I think, you know, everyone, well, not everyone, but I know I've been quite kind to him, and I've just said, you know, look, it's not his fault, a lot of these injuries and things like that, but we've got to start to see some kind of return on it. He did look positive when he was on the pitch, and I think, you know, you look at Henderson, as you said before, really struggled. I thought he was back to the old version of Jordan Henderson in terms of being too safe, taking too long on the ball, not getting Liverpool on the front foot. Wijnaldum as well, I thought, you know, he had a spell in the first half where he was bright and he was positive, and he took a couple on, didn't he, and had a shot, albeit a weak one. Then he disappeared as well, and it was just, there wasn't enough there from the midfield, there wasn't enough there from most of them out there, really, to be honest. But we're out of it, we've got a 1-1. All of this will be analysed and pulled apart in depth. We are going to do the free Anfield app show right now, go downstairs and record that. There'll be the second look, there'll be that's video, there'll be the review, which is a podcast, loads of stuff, whatever you're into, video, podcast, writing as well on the site, theanfieldapp.com. I think that'll do as well, won't it? That's been Talking Reds for Monday. What the fucking Reds.